The American midterms were this week. A quick look. Well, it's actually still happening. There's still some counting going on, and there is a few states where we're not going to know for a while who's running the joint or whatever. Quick look. It was expected. We heard, if you follow global politics, the media were constantly saying that it's going to be a red tsunami. I mean, a red wave. It ended up being a red trickle of the American midterms, where there was expected a massive change of the influence in the US House of Representatives from blue to red. It only ended up being a slight itsy-bitsy change, where in reality, it should have been massive. It was expected. All sides were expecting a red wave. Because, the US Democrats under Joe Biden are a little bit under the nose. Much like what's happening here in Australia and around the globe, inflation is soaring, cost of living is going up, petrol is, or gas as they like to call it, that's going up. Cost of living is going up, climate issues. I think the general rule of thumb for most US voters is stability, and they don't have that at the moment, especially with crime numbers also on the rise. People in the US are hurting, and statistically and generally when that happens, governments are punished. But why did this not happen in the US for the midterms? Now, I'm not a political expert. I haven't studied it. I haven't done any courses to say I'm certified, but I'm a good observer. And I have observed that this is all on the back of Trump. And, despite Biden really being on the nose for the American people, Trump is worse. The left don't like him, and clearly enough of the right don't like him either. He was unstable, erratic, chaotic, and even though he got some stuff done, now in a time of global instability with war, climate issues, cost of living, I think, as I said before, US voters want a little bit of stability, and, they can get that from a guy who falls upstairs as opposed to an erratic orange man. And I think Trump knows this too, because prior to the midterms, he said this.
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit, and if they lose, I should not be blamed at all, okay? But it'll probably be just the opposite. When they win, I think they're going to do very well. I'll probably be given very little credit, even though in many cases I told people to run, and they ran, and they turned out to be very good candidates. They've turned out to be very good candidates. But usually what would happen is when they do well, I won't be given any credit, and if they do badly, they will blame everything on me.
Yeah. These candidates that he told to run, most of them did terribly. And of course he should be blamed if the Republicans did poorly, because he has been tippy-toeing for so long about whether or not he will run for president in 2024. It's created uncertainty for card-carrying Republicans who don't want him back as president. Now, of course, he has his fan base, but clearly they're not in the numbers to win him a presidency, and now we know that they're not enough to create a red wave in the midterm elections. Now, how does America get a red wave? Well, I'm sure most people don't want America to get a red wave, but if we were to look at how it happens, Trump has to step aside and let the very successful Ron DeSantis take lead of the Republican Party. It won't happen, though. Trump's ego is far too large, and it's almost to the point where he needs to lose a second time for him to need to vanish into non-existence of the political world. But he has teased an announcement sometime next week on whether or not he will run for president in 2024. And this is where I am in a personal struggle, ladies and gentlemen. Apart from not being American, so it doesn't directly affect me, Part of me, the majority of me hope, well, no, just part. Let's just say a part, let's be honest. Part of me hopes that he doesn't run for president. But a huge part of me, who made a lot of money as a Trump impersonator when he was president, and also, doing videos and guest appearances and being on American late night talk shows to perform as Trump, that part of me desperately wants him to run again and wants him to win. So whilst I know what's right, I also have a very, very clear financial bias that has influence on my judgment, and I'm not ashamed to admit that out loud. But at least you know where I stand on this one.
The Troy Murphy Show.